And welcome to the video that will show you how to access your issue snapshots. The reason this is important is because you always need to know your page counts. Keep up with those, know your numbers, know your dollars, know what your, not just what your ads cost, but also where you stand financially as you go along through each sales cycle and how many pages you sold. Because, well, we'll talk more about that in just a minute, but to access it, we hover over reports, go to favorites and click on issue snapshot, and that'll populate. We want to leave all publishers because that will include all intermarket sales. And we also want to use all users for reps because some of us have sales reps that also enter orders into MagHub and we want them to be included. And anytime you click on, let's just click on one of these for, this is where the zones are. You can see each zone that we have now. So if we click on zone 1, this date range includes this issue. If we wanted to include other issues, for example, because this one over here is already being, it's going to get mailed this week. So we want to look at, say, the future issue, the next issue, the spring issue. We open up the date and you can see now the spring issue popped up down here. So anytime if you can't find an issue you're looking for, chances are you need to open up the date window to, I mean, we could open it up several more months. You could open it up through the whole year if you want and see. And then there's more of them: Mother's Day, summer, midsummer, back to school, Labor Day, all the way down to the New Year issue. So in this case, we don't need to change it. I just want to say, let's look at this spring issue to see where we stand. So we want to hit Get Report, and all this is going to show right now is some basic information for us. We can see the company names, who their rep is, their category, and this column is important because you need to have a certain number of certain number of restaurants in each different size of magazine. So you can click on that and it'll show you your dentists, and then down here it'll show you that right now there's 3 restaurants included. We still have 3 weeks in this deadline till this deadline, so we'll add more restaurants, but for now we've got 3. Over here you can see the ad size, and this is a production status, meaning there's design work that needs to be done on these, and there's only a few of these. Like this design is done for this particular company, etc. So we'll look at some more, but you can see that there's a lot of the information. One thing that's super important, you always want to click on this advanced search and set this at 90% or higher. And why? Because if it's 100% confirmed, it's not, there's a chance it's going to leave out some of the orders that you've sold. For example, if you remember back to our previous video where the orders, even though they were entered in MagHub, they still showed as pending or as 90% because the customer hadn't signed the contract yet, or they did sign it, but you need to go in and approve their financing. So we want to make it 90% or higher, so we include everybody we need to include. Then show Get Report. And then you can see that if there are pendings, they'll be this color here. So we don't see any of those. Well, there's one down here. This is a training that we did, but I haven't deleted those orders yet, so they still show. So you can see your page count down here. Let's look at a different one. Let's just set this back to, let's go back again. Reports, favorites, issue snapshot. We don't have to start over like this. When you're doing your thing, you could just edit these, but I just felt like doing that just to simplify. So let's go out to March 31st. Now, let's say we're going to look at zone 3, and there's the spring issue, and that's the one that, let's say, that she wants to see. And we want to click on Show Advanced Search, and we want to change this to 90% or higher so we don't leave anybody out. And then we hit Get Report. And here comes everything we need to see, from their company names to their category. You can click the word and it'll show you the dentist at the top. Click it again, it'll put the restaurants up there. There's 4. All the generals, etc. The ad size, the status for their artwork, which we still have several weeks till the deadline, so a lot more of that's going to get done real soon. But you can see down there that she's at 13 pages in this one. So as I said earlier, it's very important to know your page counts. You always want to know your page counts because it can get expensive if you lose track. And really good business owners, they know their numbers. They know their prices. They know their profit margins. They keep track of their status, in this case with how many pages they are away from getting to the cutoff level for, say, 24 pages or 32 pages, and how much it'll cost them if they bump up, so they can factor in discounts and just know that stuff. So know your page counts really, really well, and this issue snapshot is how you access them.